my dear people of Southern Cameroon's brave warriors of our revolutionary movement, our struggle for freedom. Accept revolutionary greetings from me, Comrade John Ba Akuro. This day is August 24, August 24 in the year 2021. I bring greetings to all and sundry. My people, today I'm going to be evoking some interesting memories. But take note, we have a very, very important discussion regarding what happened in Bali, and also, my people, regarding what we must do to stand ready. When you listen to them talk, when I say them, you should understand who I'm referring to. I mean the citizens of La République du Cameroun. Those skeptics, those who in the early days called us all kinds of names, those who in the early days swore that we were ended. More and more today, they are the same ones coming to sing our glory, to say they are counting and depending on us to take our freedom, take away our country, so that it gives them the possibility to strengthen things in their own country. Because by doing that, we will help them open the eyes, let the scales fall from the eyes of those of them who have as only thing to look onto their deity. Because the only thing that La République du Cameroun has achieved for about 40 years today is worshiping their deity, Paul Biya. So, my people, these guys, they are overwhelmed with admiration for the people of the Southern Cameroons. They are completely surprised that we have held it until this moment and we're even holding the better end of it. My people, they can't stop admiring what their eyes are seeing. They are beginning to imagine a wonderful Southern Cameroons, a beautiful country that a lot of them would desire to come and live in. Don't worry. Despite the little confusion among us in the Southern Cameroons, the little infighting and all of those things, these things will end. Why do I say they will end? Because I trust the critical mass of the people of the Southern Cameroons with their judgment. They know, especially those on ground zero in their millions, they know who is who among all of us. They know what is good for us. Everybody is looking back at the golden period between 1954 and 1961, when Southern Cameroon was a thriving democracy. One could see late Honorable Acha and late Honorable Akumfomum stand on the same soapbox, campaign on the banner of different political parties before the same crowd, and come away from there, embrace each other, hug themselves, and even go to the nearby bar and share a beer together, because politics is not war. The fact that you and I disagree on the way of doing things doesn't make you my enemy. That was Southern Cameroons, not what we're seeing today in La République du Cameroun. That is the place to be. And like I say always, we don't just want to recreate it, we want to make it better. My people, I hope you hear the sounds that I hear from afar. The voices screaming, free, 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 we are free. I keep hearing them. Each time I sit on the mic, those voices come ringing in my ears. The voices of Mami Api, who have gone before us. The voices of Akum, who fell in Bamenda. The voices of people like Pam Molanjo, who is right ahead there and waiting. The voice of Chief Ebongalame. The voice of Yamba Ete Otun. Of Wachan Thomas. Of all those people who have fought before us and who have gone. The voice of Pa Eba Mukong. I can hear them screaming, free, free, free. My people, this is why we have to be steadfast. This is why we have to fight it all the way to the finish line. This is why We must make sure we bequeath to future generations of Southern Cameroonians a country they can all be proud of. Listen, there is a clip I will play towards the end of this communication. Please don't go. Make sure you stay on until you watch it. It will give you a flair of exactly what this whole struggle, what the sacrifice is all about. Look at, there are hundreds of thousands of us Southern Cameroonians out of the country. Each and every one of us wishes to go back home. We just have to make home what the places where we are look like. It's not difficult, it's not impossible. By our tenacity, by our determination, and by our creative genius, we have everything we need to do that. My people, let me begin from here. The Voice is the only newspaper operating in Yaoundé, in Cameroon, that had the audacity to say it as it is, to say the truth. Look at what that headline reads. Bloody Sunday in Bali. Soldiers shoot past a woman in God's house. Listen, The Voice comes in where the moderator, my friend, the moderator of the Presbyterian Church and the church leadership failed us. The communique by the moderator rambles. It rambles, plays around, and says, I blame all sides, I blame everybody. Yes, the people were there. Some people came and they were doing things around there. No! Although the moderator's release says it without putting out clearly that Mr. Paul Biya scouts are responsible for what happened at the church in Tamfua, we expected him to say it clearly. They are the church leaders. These are the people who are at the service of the Almighty God, who are supposed to be fearless, because he, whom they not only worship but serve, is greater than every other thing alive, is greater even than he who is in the world. So, if they fear, who then should stand boldly and talk? Like say, if gold would rust, what will happen to silver? My people, I assure you, there are too many people we have to free. Too many people, both in the church and out of the church. Too many people we have to free. Yes, that is why we have to remain strong and steadfast. Listen, I followed someone who calls himself the chairman of the Northwest Funds, House of Chiefs from Bambala. I'm not surprised though, because Shomita has been very clear. He is a puppet in the hands of Mingo Paul Gogomo, who is minister without portfolio at the presidency of the Republic at Itudide, who was director of cabinet at the Prime Minister's office under Philemon Yang. So Shomita generally mimicked or read everything that Gogomo gave him. So I'm sure Mingo Paul Gogomo wrote that thing and sent to him. And Shomita shamelessly said unidentified gunmen. Anytime you hear any of those people, be them so-called CPDM elite or whatsoever, be them church leaders, say unidentified, you should immediately know who did it. Because if it is done by Amber Boys, they immediately come and say Amber Boys. But when it is done by Mr. Paul Biya scouts, they come and use the expressions unidentified. And then my point of laughter now. I followed my colleagues of yesterday at CTV on national station come and couch lousy claims that were later repeated by Mr. Tongfak of the Ministry of Defense. Yeah. Tongfak says whole things were happening around the church. There was IED, there was this and that around the church, and then they started chasing Amber Boys. The Amber Boys ran into the church. Oh my goodness. We have followed the accounts of the Christians, the accounts of the pastor who was wounded, the accounts of all those who were there. They did live recordings. La République du Cameroun continues to believe that they are in the dark ages, They fail to understand that today citizen reporters have denied those state media pravdas the possibility to go out there and deceive people. The citizen reporters using the social media today make it impossible for such government manipulation to take root. That's why Cameroon Tribune today and CITV are the laughing store of the place. Yeah. Anyone claims I work at CITV or work at Cameroon Tribune, they just look at you and say this one. You simply mimic what they tell you. Or you simply write trash because you need to write it to earn. My people, the citizen reporters today have made manipulation impossible. So when you go making a fool of yourself, I wonder how you get home and eat food and it goes down your throat. And the fun of Bali, he's a PhD. He's married to a German woman. The fun of Bali. The old Ganyonga, until this moment, hasn't said kak one word. He can't even get into his village because that is a man who has turned against his own people. Against his own people. Now look at it. When you continue doing that trash, turn against your own people and all whatnot, because you are counting on Mr. Bia's scouts. Look at this headline. Take careful look at this headline. I'm dying of laughter. Because the people of Oku were counting on, because Mr. Young Philemon told them that don't worry, Mr. Bia's scouts will be here, a good lot of them, and they will make sure, don't even care about the loss of Amazonia. Don't care about whatever is happening there. You don't need to show any solidarity because you are a state within the state. But when the time came, look at what the Guardian Post of all says. Security forces, population take cover as over 80 ambers invade town. Security forces take cover along with the population. Everybody's running. So, my people, who was standing finally for who? Oh my goodness. Those people you are counting on, this is just the start. I showed you Afghanistan the other day. This is just the start. They have not yet abandoned you to yourself. Let's look at what happened in Dian. When I tell you, my people, don't get in between the hammer and its anvil, you definitely don't understand. Look at what happened in Dian. Over 4 months today, 5 delegates. Where are they? No one has an idea. What is the government saying about them? Is the government saying a thing again about them? No. Yet, these are people who are putting their lives in the line in the name of who are serving the government, serving that Cameroon. Is that country worth dying for? I remember someday someone said on national station, CRTV, when I was part of the morning safari team, who was saying, define patriotism. I remember a gentleman called, I think it was from Boya. And when I gave a definition of patriotism, a lawyer called and said, no. When we say patriotism is a love somebody has for their country, that they are ready to die for it, first of all, define that that country is worth dying for. And that's a fundamental question today. Is La République du Cameroun today a country worth dying for? Just permit me laugh, please. I like to laugh because you see, everything about La République du Cameroun simply calls for laughter. Now, this paper you see on your screen, I'm not interested in what it says, whatever in the church or whatsoever. No. There is a place I'm interested at. If you look at my cursor, you see right down here, Southwest Chiefs want UB in all divisions. They oppose their Konolinga project. Listen, listen. I have said this over and over, and I will repeat. Anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you will end up with less than what you settled for. These Southwest chiefs feel that there is anything they can ever get from La République du Cameroun policy for themselves? No. Why are they fuming today? Why are they frustrated today? Why are they angry today? Because they have realized that despite writing several times to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Buea and asking that the University of Buea be decentralized, that faculties be created in the various county headquarters, their pleas have never been taken seriously. But one visit from a mayor, not a traditional ruler, in Nakonolinga, has sent Vice Chancellor Horace Ngomo panting all over the place, running all over the place already, responding to the people in Nakonolinga, making promises, and actually he's even beginning to set up committees to study how to respond to their plea. And then the so-called landlords, the chiefs of South say, really? Is this how it will happen? My people, I'm dying of laughter. Because even their own son, Horace Ngomo, is a son of the soil. Even their own son has had this opportunity to remind them that they are second-class or even third-class citizens on their own land. Yes, second-class or even third-class citizens on their own land. That when they speak, their word is nothing. Because, Akonolinga is not just any kind of place. No. Let these chiefs be serious. Horace understands this. Yeah, Professor Horace Ngomo understands this. Akonolinga is not just any kind of place. Paul Bia's first wife, the late Jeanne Irene Bia, hails from Akonolinga. And therefore, he has to look at it. Frank Bia, hey, Akonolinga roots. He has to look at it very keenly and ask himself questions. Lupo Motaze, Akonolinga roots, and he, Horace Ngomo, people want him to make as if he didn't see that delegation. Oh, no. No. My people, that is what you bargained for. There are 3 places in La République de Cameroun. Any delegation from that place would not be taken lightly. You have Akonolinga, for reasons I've already mentioned. You have Nangaiboko, because that's where Chantabia comes from. So, you have Nanga, and then you have Mfomeka. So when they mention anybody comes from these 3 places, no. They say from Mehmet Salah, from Mfomeka. No. No, don't cause Horace problems. You are not citizens at that point. Gods were before him. This is what you end up with when you make yourself not respectable. Listen, foreign sovereigns often bowed before our thrones. Everybody remembers the Queen of England receiving the throne of Saul. Everybody remembers Ahijo going to Kumbo and the throne of Saul refusing to go out of his palace to receive it, and Ahijo going to the palace of the throne of Saul in order to be received. What has happened to our traditional rulers today? You sold your birthright to Mr. Paul Biya. You gave up everything. That's why you have reduced yourself to rubble. Just take a look at this. Because it's still coming. You, the Fons and Chiefs, you have not started smoking it. It is coming. Look at this. This is from Africa Intelligence Newspaper. C'est Afrique de l'Ouest centrale. Acculé dans le Nosso, le gouvernement met la pression sur les chefferies traditionnelles. Listen. The long and short newspaper is that the government of La République du Cameroun is even just a genesis in their onslaught against the chiefs and the firms. So you, those chiefs of the Southwest, who have gone and signed that thing to say you oppose the Akonolinga UB project, be careful. Start waiting. Because La République knows that you no longer have your people with you. You, the funds in the grasslands, La République is coming after you. Because when they fail, they blame you. When they succeed, they tell you, you didn't help us. But when they fail, they blame you. Why? Because you gave them your hand in the first place. They're coming after you. That's what that paper says. Take a look again. For those of you who can understand French. They are coming after you. And why would they dare come after you? Because they know that they have succeeded in separating you from your people, that they have succeeded in turning you against your people, and so the protection that you are forms always got from the people is gone. Let me put it to you this way. Imagine you get up in the morning and in Bamenda town, people hear that Fonangwafa have been smoked out, has been carried. The people will cheer, they will dance, they will celebrate. Why? Because Fonangwafa, who calls himself first national vice president of the CPDM, has not stood up for 1 second to decry what is happening to his people. Not for 1 second. Is that one still a fun? Who made him fun? Is it Paul Biya that made him fun? No, it was the people of Mancon. But he has abandoned the people of Mancon. He's now only at the service of Mr. Paul Biya. That's why Mr. Paul Biya can turn against you at any time, because he knows that you no longer have people with you. You want a simple example? Look at my friend, Nijon Frundi. Nijon Frundi is now hiding somewhere in Swa, in Yaoundé, being guarded by Mr. Paul Biya scouts. The same scouts who wanted his life in the 90s. And the population of Bamenda came out with mothers and women and made it impossible. If Mr. Frundi was feared, revered by Yaoundé, it was because he had people. It was because the people were with him. The people were for him. And Mr. Paul Biya knew that touching him could send could send the country into chaos. But today, who cares about him anymore? Who? No one bothers about him anymore. Nobody cares about him anymore. And so the same people who were protecting him yesterday, he's now running away from them and into the hands of the same people who were protecting him from. This is a paradox. When you turn against your people, you have no home. You have no protection. You have no base. You have lost it all. That is why these funds are in difficulties. And that is why someone like Charles Ndongo could stand up and make this kind of statements. That's why someone like Charles Ndongo could stand up and be on the heads of Ashunyenti, of Josh Kilong there, of Bene Bumagana, of all of those guys inside there, and not give them any clear-cut positions. Why? He says, nous n'avons choisi aucun anglophone pour la première place à la CRTV 15 autres des ambassadeurs. I'm laughing and thanking my brother Don Dinga for the beautiful job. Because when none of them were appointed, they started crying foul. While we are fighting for the same reason, for their dignity, they go use the media of the enemy to call us names. But when it gets rough, they rush to us crying. My people, you cannot eat your cake and have it. I have said it, and I like to repeat it over and over. Anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you end up with less than what you settled for. And for your information, all what you are doing for La République du Cameroun, all that sacrifice you are putting for La République du Cameroun won't help you. I remember once we were taking we were sharing a drink with a colleague, Samson Websey, I think with the same Josh Kilong, with the George Fontamo and the others. And I think with Panketike Musi, and we're having a chat, and they said, listen, anybody from Southern Cameroon who joins to this thing called CPDM and do what, you are wasting your time. Because even if you dress up your hat like somebody that I saw the CPDM, and you put earrings, CPDM, your lenses, CPDM, your headset like mine, CPDM, everything, right down to your underwear, CPDM, and even get a painter to paint your whole body in CPDM colors, they still will not believe you. They will consider your opposition. Even if you have never thought of militating in the opposition. Why? Because they say you are an enemy in the house. So what is the point? Sacrificing. Like those delegates in Indian. Look, I say nobody is talking about them. Nobody's even thinking about them again. As far as La Republic is concerned, that page has been turned. Are those people, is that a country worth dying for? Listen, join the Ambazonian train before it is late. Because whether you like it or not, we are headed straight towards freedom, towards victory. And we will be free. Nothing is going to stop us. We will be free. So join us. Join us, my people. Look, Don't allow yourself to be used. Some of you are even falling along the line and trying your luck with those people. Let us have a good laugh at one gentleman. Because when you jump carpet and go into the hands of the colonizer and think you can tap any benefits from there, what they do, they move you from ridicule to ridicule, just like what is happening to my friend in this thing. Just watch and listen to Ngu Santos. I beg your pardon, please. I'm not going to play it all the way to the end. Don't bother about the images. You see them. My interest is the voice. Listen.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'll begin by our famous slogan, CPTM, oye! Oye! CPTM, oye! Oye! CPTM, oye! Oye! Yeah, this is a new day, a new dawn for the party. Yes. My name is Dr. Santos Nicholas Ngu, the grandson of John Bufonja, one of the grandsons. I have seen the conflict on the ground. I've seen for 4 years that we have been silent without enough activities taking place due to the ongoing problems, and I've decided to step up. I've come to New Jersey to meet the militants of New Jersey to announce to them my candidature for the section president of the CPTM for USA. I'm so grateful for your commitment to the party.
My people, did Ngu Santos have to lie? This is what they reduce you to. This is what they reduce you to. They will ridicule you. They will do all sorts of things to you because you have made yourself bananas. Monkeys will have to eat you. And so let us get a bit into some interesting terrain, my people. Let us work hard. Let us get glued together. Let us sink our differences. Some people tell me you know where to talk to. Go and talk. I talk to those my brothers that you refer to on a daily basis. I remind them every day it is important for us to work together because opportunity is right ahead. And we mustn't lose that opportunity. Look, there are a lot of Africans out here in the diaspora who are so itchy to go back to Africa, even not to their own countries, but to any other African country that is thriving. Just take a watch at this. Just watch.
Ghana president. Ghana president.
Hey, shut my devil.
Ghana president.
Hey, Nana, feed the country, oh, feed the country. Nana, feed the country, we love you. Nana, we beg you, fix the country. Nana, we beg you, fix the country. Nana, fix the country, we beg you. Fix the country. Fix the country, so we can come back home.
Begging for our rights all the time.
Fix the country so we can come back home, oh, fix the country.
Ghana is not a country that is really going down the drains. On the contrary, Ghana is one of the shooting stars in Africa. You see, these are not even Ghanaians. Most of them are not Ghanaians. There are some few Ghanaians there, but the majority are not Ghanaians. I'm sorry that video was upside down. Listen, but these people are thirsty to go back home. If you say, Nana, we love you, but fix your country. Say, please, we beg, fix your country, want to go back home. My dear people of Southern Cameroons, let us take back our country. We fix our country. We make it the place to be. We make the Southern Cameroons the center of attraction. If you are getting tired in this movement, please come back to the fold. After watching all of this and listening to everything I say, my brother, my sister, come back to the fold. We cannot get tired because of what we have ahead of us. If you had dropped out, my dear brethren, come back to the fold. If you are about to slide, like Ngu Santos, no, please don't. Don't be the next person to be ridiculed. Come back to the fold. Because we are getting there. We will get there. You want me to tell you a secret? Yes, listen. Don't tell anybody that I told you this, okay? Keep it just for yourself. Listen, and listen carefully. We will soon be free. Our independence is close. So, continue to work hard. Don't stop contributing. Don't stop demonstrating. Don't stop writing letters to those offices. Don't stop providing the pieces of advice that you provide. No, don't stop putting in all the efforts that you put. Don't stop mobilizing. We will soon get there. And for those who once in a while are deceived, are fooled that we were one people who would like Republic du Cameroun, no, please take a look. This is an old document, but it's very instructive and interesting. This is a document from the colonial governor of France. It's written in French. It says, le gouverneur des colonies, commissaire de la République française au Cameroun, commandeur de la Légion d'honneur. This arrêté he signed was fixing the bride price in la République du Cameroun, please. I'm leaving it there so you look at it a bit very well. His name was Repiquet. This is February 11, 1935. Why I put this here? Because I'll read the cities I mentioned there. You know, here a single city of southern Cameroons. By the way, who are the French to come getting right into our traditions to the point of fixing bride price? Because c'est article 1er. Les règles applicables en mariage coutumier des indigènes non musulmans sont complétées en ce qui concerne la dot par les dispositions suivantes. Le montant de la dot ne peut excéder le maximum ci-après. 500 francs, 500, that's dowry on a woman, should never be beyond 500 francs at the time. This is 1935. In which cities? Douala, Yabasi, Kribi, Edea, Nkonsamba, Chang, and the subdivisions of Yaoundé, Mbalmayo, Akonolinga, Ebolova, and Sangmelima. The second group, 250 francs, 250 francs, that's in 1935. In the various areas, Bafia, Abongbang, Baturi, Yokaduma, and the subdivisions of Jum, Ambam, and Nangaiboko. Listen. So you see that bride price even obeyed, was according to the locality where you found yourself. If you were in urban areas, okay, the bride price could be up to 500 francs, but no more. If you were in rural areas, the bride price could be up to 250 francs and no more. These were the French determining how much people paid bride price in the traditions of the people in 1935. In La République du Cameroun, you didn't hear a single city in the southern Cameroon there. My people were different. We have never been together. We only found ourselves together by some mistake of nature in 1961, following a referendum. That was let's try and experiment with these people in a federal setup where we are on our side, they're on their side. We only meet for some few things. And they jumped onto us and annexed us. And today they claim we have always been one. No, that's evidence. Look, I want to go now, but stay with this. Remember, I said I'll always bring this. These are the golden days of the southern Cameroons. Look, my people, this is an airport in southern Cameroons. In the 1950s, today we are 2021. Is there a single airport in southern Cameroons where an aircraft of this magnitude, this was an international flight, can land there? How many years after? Instead of taking even one step ahead, we have gone thousands of steps backwards. This is one of the key reasons we must fight. We have a lot of time to cover. Therefore, let us continue to pull our resources together, take back our country, make it the dreamland it's supposed to be, my dear people, and then we go on dreaming. That is why I say, freedom is coming. Stand ready. Listen, I often hear pastors, as men and women of God, say, when you are praying to God for a blessing, stand ready to receive it. Otherwise, if you're not ready and God opens just a small window in heaven to pour blessings on you, they will drown you. The blessings can rather kill you. So we are shouting for this freedom. Let us stand ready. And how do we stand ready to receive this freedom? We should start doing the things that will make us enjoy this freedom, such as building synergy among ourselves, such as stopping bad blood, such as making sure when we disagree, we should be disagreeing to agree. My people, this is how we stand ready to enjoy the freedom that is right ahead. To God and to Him alone be all the glory. Enjoy the rest of your week.